What's going on, everybody? We are back. Episode 7 of Make the Right Play. We are here. We got We got the coach on the left here dropping headphones. We got Yabui in the back, as always, helping us out, making sure everything looks great. So clap it up for Yabui. Shout out Yabui, always helping us out. He is the best. Everything working perfectly today. And coach, we're back for another episode. Of course, another crazy week of stuff. What's going on?
Oh my gosh, it just didn't stop. You know what? This week has been a lot like our opening. You know, there was a lot of love and care put into our opening. I hope you all enjoy it, between Trump dancing.
Oh, the opening song.
Yes. Our show opening.
Yes, absolutely.
And I just want to say, Presley Villa, thank you so much for all your hard work, because honestly, that opening could not be more perfect. It features hurricanes. It features Putin. It features the globalist problems. It features the judge that, you know, we could have clinched the American League East yesterday, but we blew it. Thanks to Kleber.
Mr. Kleber Torres can't figure out how to run the bases.
I could use a biocharger right now because my knees are killing me. So, Presley, thank you so much for making the best opening ever.
Yes. All right. Shout out Presley. Thank you so much. And it really is true, because it is such a perfect opening, because, and we're going to talk about so many topics that are in the opening today throughout the show. So yeah, shout out Prez. It's fantastic. It sounds great.
Ends with Jesus.
Ends with Jesus.
Right? Because
Looks
that's
good.
how it ends. We all know that's how it ends.
Begins and ends with Jesus. Coach, you're wearing a nice shirt there.
Oh, you mean my Southern Village?
Yeah, Southern
t-shirt?
Village. Shout out Southern Village.
Very exciting.
Feature film. That's September 29th, the movie trailer premiere.
Yes, that's a Sunday.
Yes, this Sunday in Foley at the Foley Civic Center. I got to just plug it real quick just so I get it out of the way. Foley Civic Center, Sunday, September 29th. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. It's a black and gold event, so make sure you dress nice, looking good, wearing your black and gold, coming in sharp. Got to represent, you know, show some support to Yabui behind the camera. He's the one, you know, made it all possible behind the lens.
It's true.
So got to come out, show out. The link to buy tickets is still right below.
Yes.
In the description of the YouTube video, if you're watching on YouTube. I'll post it, the individual Eventbrite, on the Facebook page as well for people who want to buy tickets there. But yeah, in the description of the YouTube video, you'll be able to go there and find the link to buy the tickets. So September 29th, this Sunday night, at Foley Civic Center. If you're in the area, we would love to have you come out and enjoy it. And thank God the hurricane is going east, so that way we can still enjoy it this weekend.
We totally dodged a bullet.
Dodged a bullet. This is some storm.
I mean, it's going, they say, to Tallahassee.
Yep.
It might have moved a little bit west near Panama City.
Yeah.
But thank God we dodged a bullet, even though tomorrow the kids have off from school. So lucky them.
And well, yeah, Presley's back home. He came home today from Tallahassee.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Well, he lives in a house in Tallahassee, so he easily could have gotten some damage, and then he would have been...
Big time damage. Yeah, they said the storm is legit. They really think it's going to turn into a Cat 4 by the time it's about to make landfall.
Well, let's pray that
they said it's going to be the real deal. So I am nervous. So we're praying for everybody who's living in the path of the storm, where it's coming in. It's going to come up through Tallahassee, going to Georgia. So we're praying for all you guys. You know, stay safe. Make sure you follow the hurricane preparedness. I know Governor DeSantis does a great job for making like a whole packet and a whole sheet of everything you need to do to be sure you're prepared and where you need to go. God forbid you need to evacuate or something happens. He gives you everything you need to know. So shout out to DeSantis. We love you. We love you, Ron. Please come on the show.
The funniest part was on Monday, I just needed to get some wraps from Sam's Club because I like these keto-friendly wraps.
Yep.
And we go into Sam's Club, and it's like a mob scene. And I'm there with one little pack of wraps.
Yeah, I know. It was crazy. And I'm like, Ma, hop in this line, because it was insane.
Was crazy town.
And it reminds me of
New England. Remember milk and bread?
Yes, it's crazy town.
Every
Every time there was some sort of inclement weather, everybody races to the
It
store
was
to make sure
so
that they buy
crazy.
everything that they can. They need to be the first ones to buy.
Cases of water in every cart. Me, not even a bottle of water, just a thing
Not
of wraps.
one bottle of water. We walked out of there with 3 things. I'm sure everybody was like, don't these people know what's coming?
They're idiots from the Northeast.
Yeah.
They don't know how to prepare.
They don't know.
Listen, we lived through 2 hurricanes in the Northeast.
We did.
So we got them
And a tornado.
too. It wasn't just in Florida. Oh my gosh. That thing was crazy.
That was insane, yeah.
I mean, we've lived through some bad weather in Connecticut
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
big time.
So we know how to prepare, but I think we know also when to panic and when not to panic.
Well, and I don't think I would ever panic. You know, we have Nibs the dog who has the special powers. I swear to
His
God,
Jedi
it's the
powers.
truth. This dog has special powers. He's old now. He's like, I'm not evacuating. I'm not getting ready for any storms. I don't do the storms anymore. He puts his white paw in the air and he's like, don't come near me. And it always either goes left or goes right. So he's unbelievable.
Yes.
He has the special powers and just prevents that from happening. So God bless him. But yeah, I mean, anybody who's watching, the schools are closed. So Escambia County, if you're watching in Escambia County, Santa Rosa County, all those schools are closed tomorrow. So don't worry about getting your kid to school. You don't need to. Just bunker down, hang out, maybe watch a movie. Enjoy the day off.
I plan on making waffles like it's a snow day.
Yeah, so just just enjoy the day with your family. Make sure everybody's safe. And if you are in the path of the big time storm, but buckle down, listen to the weather, listen to the officials,
and we'll pray for them.
And we'll pray for you guys. Listen to you can catch up on all the old episodes. Make the right play. So why don't you throw some episodes on, catch up there? But yeah, so hurricane's coming. Thank God we're blessed. We're not in the immediate danger. Yeah, I should say. This weekend we did the Friends of the Poor walk,
and it went great. It
went fantastic. It went really good. I enjoyed it. There obviously, as always with any event that you do, there's some things that you want to do better. It was a little hot. Hopefully, maybe we can try to push that down the road a little bit so it's not too hot.
It was fine.
Yeah,
it was fine. Having cheeseburgers at 9 o'clock in the morning is never a bad thing.
Yeah, the cheeseburger, the 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. cheeseburger is unbelievable.
You walk and then they give you a cheeseburger.
Yeah,
and it was pretty good. So I was happy.
Dad was happy with the burger.
Time.
He's the big food expert. He was happy. He enjoyed his burger.
Yeah, we had a good time.
And we raised a ton of money. We raised over $13,000 at that event. So I'm really, really, really happy. We raised over $13,000 to help out the community and help out the people who need our help. So thank you so much for everybody who came and donated. Who came and walked. We thank you. We can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much. You guys made the event possible. So we appreciate you guys. And then we were talking about, we already promoted it, but this Sunday coming up, another big weekend, we got the trailer premiere.
For Southern Village. It's going to be fantastic. Yeah. Even though I have to admit, Elvico, don't get mad, but Elvico had a Southern Village shirt. With this gold foil, the whole time we're filming, it was fantastic. I said, Rico, I have to get that shirt. I love that shirt. Oh, don't worry. We're going to be selling T-shirts.
Yes.
I got the freaking Canal Street version of the Southern Village T-shirt. He sold it, and I was like, what the hell is this, the knockoff? His was so beautiful, the huge SV and gold foil.
His SV is much bigger.
I know, and I got this one, and I said, these are the T-shirts? These look like knockoffs off of Canal Street. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
Everybody's going to see Elvico's shirt. It's beautiful. Then they're going to see our shirt, and they're going to be like,
Well, I think his shirt, he wants to make sure that the SV, you can almost cut it out of the T-shirt and put it on the belt. All of his belt, so you can just cut it and paste, and it fits right on the belt. So
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah.
But hey, I still love my T-shirt, and I'm very happy.
It is a nice T-shirt. I do like the black. I know I think he was selling white too, but I wasn't feeling the white. I think the black was the way to go, especially with the gold.
Yeah.
I think that was the way to go. So I like the black. And I think is he going to sell the T-shirts online?
Yeah, I think he is going to be selling them.
If people want to buy the T-shirts, we'll get that link to you guys. If you guys want to get a T-shirt, for those who are watching, far away, if you want to order a couple T-shirts, we'd appreciate it. We're both in the movie. We'd love to get you guys support. So buy a T-shirt. Coach.
What?
I mean, we got to talk about, I think you need to give us an apology about the Giants and how good Daniel Jones looked on Sunday.
Well, I don't know about that. I think you got to
give us an apology.
All I know is that the Giants had their first win of the season, so I know Mr. Scott Villa was very happy.
Right, but you were talking smack.
He was wearing his Daniel Jones jersey with such pride.
Yep.
And he was like, MVP.
Number one quarterback week 3.
This is so...
Number one quarterback week 3. Show some respect. I think I'm ready to get back on the train. I was talking to my friends the other day. I think I'm ready to get back on the train. I'm not 100% back on the train. I think when we smoke the Cowboys tomorrow night, I think I'll get back 100% on the train.
Let's see what happens.
Because we're gonna shit all over the Cowboys tomorrow.
But it was a good weekend for the Villas because FSU won as well.
And Michigan.
What? Oh,
Michigan won too. Yeah, so come on.
The Steelers won too. But
come on, some love. Some love for the national champs. Jammed it down USC's throat. The doubters were there. But Florida State did win. They beat Cal, so
by
good
miracle.
for them.
But
good for them.
So
we're
happy.
We're very happy.
We were cheering in the house, I gotta say.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It was very exciting,
it was good. And you know what's exciting is that Diddy's still alive. I thought he was going to be dead.
Alive.
I really thought we were going to be dead.
You gave it 2 weeks, so we have until next week.
We still have 7 days.
Even though that story has gotten very quiet lately. Have you noticed how they really haven't talked about Titty?
He knows all about the titties. Diddy knows about the titties. That's another T-shirt right there. Diddy knows titties. But no, he's still alive. He's still kicking.
He knows more than titties.
Oh yeah. Ain't no party like a titty party. What titties?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But it is just, so there hasn't been a lot about that lately.
No,
I
I
have
agree.
to say. I was surprised. Like no lists, no names. Like
well, one thing I have noticed a little bit is that a lot of like celebrity videos of him hanging out with celebrities have been slowly coming out. And you know who's suffering a lot?
Who?
Is JB, Justin Bieber.
Well, I heard that he was a victim.
I agree.
I
Yes.
heard that he was a victim, and
he's
that
a big
is
time
pretty
victim.
sad. That is pretty sad. And then they even had the song "Lost My Soul at a Diddy Party," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this poor kid."
Yeah, like he's
like,
really
it's
emotional.
Really sad, isn't it?
He's really emotional, and they were, I think he did an interview where he was crying and. On the interview,
a
recent
week?
interview, yeah,
This week?
Yeah, because I think he was talking about like his experience as a young kid in the industry and how much it actually took a mental toll on him. I don't know if you know, like he had a serious drug problem and then he went to rehab and like disappeared for like years. Like he in the middle of his tour, he was on a massive tour.
I do remember
and
that.
then he disappeared.
But I saw a video
And-
where it looked like they drugged him.
Oh,
like
yeah,
there was a
probably
video
big
with
time.
him and P. Diddy, and he was
Yeah.
looked like he was drugged, honestly.
Well, now I don't even think he goes out anymore. He's married and has a baby now, so he's
Thank
a
God.
dad.
He's married to
But-
Baldwin.
Yes, yeah, he is.
He loves Long Island, Justin Bieber.
He does love Long
right?
Island.
That's his name, Justin Bieber?
Justin Bieber, yeah, he's
Loves
a Toronto
Long
guy
Island.
though.
He married a Long Island girl, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a big Long Island family. Diddy's parties were in Long Island.
Oh yeah. Well, he lost the white parties, didn't he? Because it used to be Diddy's white party, and now
Yeah.
Michael Rubin does the white parties.
Another devil, probably.
Yeah. Well, totally. I mean, he's a no-name who hosts the party with all these celebrities. It's like, who are you, dude? And now
I don't
he's
know.
famous.
It's really sad what's going on in this country, you
Yeah.
know?
No,
I
it
mean,
is.
it's like you can't even recognize this country. As a matter of fact, I have a follow-up on one of our stories that we did last week.
Yeah.
We were talking about what's going on in Chicago. And we had a person who was testifying at town hall talking and saying that her life was better under Jim Crow than it is now living in Chicago because she doesn't even have a community to go back home to.
Right.
And how it's really depressing her.
Yeah.
So I saw something in the New York Post, and we're just going to play a clip. We can't play the whole video.
Yeah, it was
but
a
I
long
would
video.
love for you to see how some of the people of Chicago are answering back to the illegal migrant crisis.
Yeah, and the influx of the migrant gangs too, like the bad people who are coming
Yes.
through. And no, I
Yes.
agree. So let's play that clip. It's the clip 18, Yabui, with the gangs in Chicago.
America has allowed gangs to enter our country.
The migrants that are coming, they're taking over every block right now.
The city of Chicago is going to go up in smoke. It's going to go up in flame.
Gangs in Chicago are angry over the influx of migrants and criminals in their city. They say money that should be going to the African American community on the South Side is instead going to what they call non-citizens, and warn that turf wars between Chicago's gangs and groups like Venezuela's Tren de Aragua could see Chicago, quote, go up in flames. Photographer Matt McDermott and I traveled to Chicago's South Side to see what was happening for ourselves after we heard about a police report last month that the Tren de Aragua gang had taken over an office building there. We spoke to a number of young, hardcore gang members, as well as gang elders who have retired from the life, and just regular citizens who are very much part of the community. And they're all furious at the estimated $500 million that's reportedly been funneled to new migrants in Chicago since 2022.
How long is this video? Oh, okay.
It's a minute. No, I did a minute. But we have that link to that full video, the full like 7.5 or 7 and change video. It's in the description of the YouTube video as well, and I'll post it on the Facebook page after the show. But yeah, it just describes what's going on in Chicago, and I'll let you
Listen,
elaborate. Yeah.
This is the problem. Americans are tough.
Yeah.
We're the toughest people in the world. And we take shit into our own hands. So the people in Chicago are tired of this. And let me tell you, the U.S. government may think that they can do whatever the hell they want to U.S. citizens, but that don't go here, okay? And the people in Chicago are going to take their neighborhoods back. And they're not just going to sit back and just lie back and let their entire communities be ruined. Americans were built differently. We're built differently.
I would agree with that.
So I saw that
Absolutely.
and I was like, good for you, Chicago. Not that I want there to be violence and people killing each other, but let me tell you something. Sometimes you got to take your communities back. You can't just sit back and let people run roughshod over you, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I wish they did that in New York during the COVID crisis. I mean, did you see that in New York? That
Oh,
guy,
my
that
gosh.
doctor who ran the entire COVID
The Northeast,
operation.
though, is full of pussies
Oh,
now.
my God.
It is the biggest wimpy
Yeah.
area in the country. Like,
Yeah,
they will
totally.
just lay down and show their belly for anything as long as they know that they'll have comfort and safety.
It's really unbelievable.
Ay,
what-
Manon, they're the
it's,
worst.
it's crazy town. But that story that came out in New York, I feel like we have to talk about
some
it.
of this.
Yeah, this is just so. This story, real quick. Dr. Jay Varma is the guy who worked with De Blasio and mandated all of the mandates in New York City for COVID vaccines and lockdowns and all this stuff. Turns out, exposed that on the Steven Crowder show, shout out the Steven Crowder show, exposed that he was having orgies and sex parties during the lockdown when he was making everybody, stay at home and stay
Going to
safe.
raves and dropping Molly.
It
Going to
was.
raves and dropping Molly. And he loved having
loved
the
it.
power.
He loved it.
loved having the
Had to
power
get
and
had
the
to get that
control.
energy out. Get that energy out.
Ooh, what a prick.
So I clipped a little bit of it. We'll post that link as well to the full segment. So that way, if you want to go watch the full, all of the information, I just had a couple clips of it in there, and we're going to show that now. That's clip 1, Yabui. Let's go to that.
I spent my career, I worked for the CDC for 20 years, so I kind of lived all over the world doing infectious disease work. So I used to spend time doing public health where I go to different, so I lived in Bangkok and in Beijing and in Ethiopia.
So
and
exciting.
And so what I did was, my job was to go and help countries build their systems to detect and respond to diseases.
Okay.
So kind of like during COVID, where you had to set up a testing program and a vaccination program, and you need to monitor the numbers. And that was like the type of thing I did for my career at CDC, is go to different countries and help them do that.
Means possible. While you, the peasants, were locked down and not allowed to gather with more than 10 people at a time, elites like Jay Varma, well, he was hosting sex parties.
It's so funny. It's like this because I did all this deviant sexual stuff while I was on TV and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And people are aren't you afraid? Aren't you embarrassed? And I was like, no, actually, I'm really I love being my authentic self. So I've had every type of range of everything.
Okay.
And I've been to a lot of sex parties, lots of play parties and things like that.
We actually had my wife and I had one with our friends, in August of that first summer.
Let's pause it right there.
Because all our friends.
Yabui, can we pause the video right there?
All right, we'll pause.
All right, so listen to this. Do you know how much crap I got in Branford, Connecticut for having people at a pool party?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I just said it out loud. I would have pool parties during COVID,
During
okay?
COVID, exposed.
Because I was like, listen, I'm sorry, but come out of
Exposed.
your house. I'm telling you, this is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
There was even, one of my neighbors even put something in the freaking newspaper about people, I guess they didn't want to say my name, having their pool parties or whatever. And this guy, the head of the New York State Health Department, whatever, on the dais with Bill de Blasio, that freaking asshole, he's having orgies.
Yeah.
He's having orgies, and I couldn't
And going
even
to
have a
rapes.
pool party with a couple of my friends, and I just find the hypocrisy disgusting.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you were in Florida, that shit wasn't happening.
Yeah, you didn't have
if
to
you
worry
were in
about that.
Florida, you could have had a pool party. You could have had a sex party. You could have done whatever you want in Florida. But
true.
not in New York. That's what's so frustrating. Is that
Yeah.
in New York, you could not have a sex party.
Only
him
the
and
elitist.
him and his wife.
Yeah.
And you know that there were those liberals that probably put everybody down too.
Oh,
I'm
big
sorry.
time.
I just had
Big
to chime
time.
in for a second.
Absolutely.
Okay, we can continue.
Well, it wasn't so much sex. They were just I need to get this energy out of me and stuff like that. It was fun. We all took Molly, and it was it was 8 or 9 of us, and then 8 to 10 of us in a room, and everybody had a blast because everybody was so.
Everybody had a blast.
Everybody was just stuck together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes it isn't so much about entering sex. Sometimes it's just something about bodies being close to each other, right? Just being naked with friends.
6 feet.
During COVID, we just had private parties. Danger. Yeah, so it was just home in our home or other places. That was the one we did during COVID because in August 2020, all of our
We
friends,
can't
we have
open
a big group of friends and stuff who were all just play Poly World. Everybody was just pent up.
So yeah, so we'll post the full the link to watch the full segment. But that's just something like you said. You couldn't go to school. You couldn't eat in an indoor restaurant for Christ's
my
sake.
gosh,
You couldn't do anything. But you could have sex parties and do Molly together.
So many small businesses. They went right out of business.
Run right out of business.
And you got to watch this whole video because he likes to rant and rave and brag about how he schooled that hurt that basketball player. What was his name?
Oh, Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving.
Yes, he goes right at Kyrie.
Had so much fun wielding his power and making Kyrie Irving's life miserable, as well as my husband's, because my husband loved Kyrie Irving. Okay, so not only did you mess with Kyrie Irving, you mess husband's life too.
It's true. It's true. He was devastated.
Yeah,
the
he
season
was so
ruined.
upset.
The season was ruined because of this guy, just Jay Varma prick. Ruined the whole
so
season.
You gotta go watch the whole
orgies.
thing, man. This guy's a prick. And yes, Corey, you were there.
You were there, Corey. You just exposed
had
yourself. Exposed. Send that in. Send that in.
You
We got
gotta
him.
move to Florida quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. He's exposed. No, but yeah, it's really unbelievable. Like you said, you couldn't do anything, and they were so hell bent on you had to be vaccinated, you have to 6 feet, have to do this, have to do that. But then those same people were breaking the rules themselves, having orgies and doing all this stuff. They're telling you that you couldn't do. Couldn't even go
taking illegal drugs,
Yeah,
Molly too.
it was just unbelievable.
I mean, breaking regular laws, not even his stupid COVID laws.
It's disgusting. It's so hypocritical.
But I always said it.
Yeah. Well,
So-
getting back to tough people, talk about tough people taking no more prisoners. I think it's about time that we address what's going on in Israel and talk a little bit about the Israeli. I guess not even the Israeli-Palestine conflict anymore. It's kind of the Israeli versus everybody conflict over there now.
Well, it's a two-front war now.
It's a big front war.
Congratulations, Biden-Harris. When Trump was president 3.5 years ago, this wasn't going on.
Nope.
They were talking about the Abraham Accords.
Yep.
But now it's wartime.
Yep, it's wartime all over the world. So, Israel just dropped those airstrikes on Lebanon. This was a couple days ago. And now yesterday, the United States told all Americans that are in that area that they need to get out, leave Lebanon, leave the surrounding countries. They need to get out of there. Where we have troops on the way there now to Israel. And honestly, to be honest with you, Mom, when I heard that we were sending troops to Israel, I really felt that it was because that they knew something was about to happen, that one of those countries, specifically in my opinion, Iran, was getting ready to invade Israel, and we needed to be ready to have boots on the ground and fight for the Israelis.
Well, I don't think we should have boots on the ground. It really pisses me off. I don't think that we should be in Israel right now.
Yeah.
I think that's Israel's war. If Israel's at war with Lebanon and war
Let
with,
them fight it out.
Yeah, I don't think we should be there, to be quite honest with you,
Yeah.
And let me tell you something else. The whole pager and walkie-talkie thing.
When they blew up
let
the
me tell you
pagers.
something.
Yeah.
I felt like that was a little bit of terrorism on the Israeli side too. But what scared me the most is that one of the Israeli people said Israel is now introducing a new type of warfare. I almost shit my pants. I'm thinking we get everything from overseas. All the Chinese need to do one day is just be like, we'll put secret bombs into everything that we sell the Americans, and one day, boom, we're all getting blown up simultaneously. Thanks to the new warfare, Israel.
I thought the same thing.
me.
I thought the same thing. To be honest, because that is introducing a new type of warfare to export products and be a number one exporter of pagers, which who the hell even uses pagers? That's a side note, but holy crap. I mean, nobody's used a pager in the United States, I think, since
these are
maybe
third
2000?
world countries.
Yeah, but so they export all these pagers and then all of a sudden just flip a switch and they blow them up. It's unbelievable. But I forget who I was talking to. Somebody was telling me a story, actually. I think it was at work when I was at Global Grill. They were telling me a story about how a couple years ago, the FBI created these phones, and they were supposed to be like these secured phones that all of the major drug lords got their hands on, and they were using them to, create drug trades and all this stuff. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, all of the phones almost deactivated, and the police swarmed all of these people that had the phones. And I guess the FBI developed these phones that could be remotely controlled, and then all of a sudden
yeah, that's
grab
one
people.
thing. But I mean, to have phones blow up in your pocket and now your
Right.
dick is blown
Well,
off.
I just-
and then some of these people had kids
Have your
right next
dick
to them,
blown off.
and then all of a sudden, your kids getting blown up out
Yeah.
of nowhere. I have a problem with that. I'm sorry.
I know I think they said it was just was it just
I heard
Hezbollah?
sexual parts were blown up. I heard it on the
Was
news.
it by the terrorist people or like random people's cocks were blown away?
I don't know. It was probably the terrorist cocks that got blown off, unless maybe I don't know. But all I know is cocks are gone.
Cocks are gone. Cocks are on the
missing.
floor. It's like
a new
that.
type of warfare,
Another one.
people.
It's like that scene from 21 Jump Street. Oh, you shut my dick off. That's my dick. Pick up my dick. And just.
Is that another James Franco?
Yeah, that's the Jonah Hill and Channing
my
Tatum,
gosh.
where he's standing outside the prom and he shoots his dick off. Oh, you shot my penis off.
I mean, honestly, it's
Yeah.
that really creeped me out. Having
Right.
bombs implanted in the middle of the supply chain, and then you're buying stuff, you're
I
bringing
thought
it home.
that creeped me out a little bit, too. I agree
that
with you.
kind of new warfare freaks me out a little bit. I don't like that.
No, I agree. I mean, it definitely makes you think, especially as a country who, to be honest, we don't make a lot of things in this country anymore, and we get a lot of things exported. And one of the exporters is, the founding member of BRICS. If you don't know what BRICS is, we'll get to that soon. But the founding member of BRICS is our main people who make our stuff. And if things go south and things start to escalate, who knows? Our computers, our laptops,
I'm worried about the
screens,
TV.
the TVs. Yeah, you could be watching Daniel Jones on the TV, and all of a sudden get blown away.
He won't stand a chance.
Yeah, it'll be over.
Minding his own business, finally getting a break.
Well, thank God we don't have the NFL package. We're at Bubba's.
Yeah, that he has to go to Bubba's.
We're gonna go to Bubba's.
20 TVs.
Yeah, there's all those.
Guys would survive that attack.
We'll be looking up, and then it'll just there goes our head. Hopefully, it'll be right after like a Daniel Jones interception or something, some blatant turnover, and it'll be thank God that they blew us up.
Daniel Jones.
No, we don't have to watch that anymore. Yeah, it'll be like thank God. It was about time. We needed to get blown up right there. But yeah, no, it definitely makes you think that type of warfare being introduced into the world now. You got to be careful. Let's not piss off the Chinese too much.
They were a new
Yeah, they were all proud.
And that honestly made me a little nervous, I have to be honest.
Well, things are escalating there, and things are escalating all over the world. And because of that, I really think that, going into some of our main topics now, I really think that the Democrat brand is suffering because of how much the world is escalating in terms of problems and everything that's going on. The Democrats are losing their way.
Listen.
And losing their support.
The Democrat brand is collapsing.
Yeah.
It's like, how like sometimes like everybody wanted Jordache jeans and then they go out of style.
Jordache jeans? Is that what you just said?
See, you don't even know. Those were
what the
like
hell
the
is
hottest
that?
jeans when I was young. Jordache jeans, right?
Jordache.
Now they're
okay.
Jordache.
I thought you were saying you were door dashing jeans. I was like, what the fuck? Jordache.
Jordache jeans.
Jordache jeans. Okay, right, I have no idea what that is.
Listen, I'm older. That's why it's make the right play.
Right.
The sun.
Break it down for me.
So those jeans, you don't even hear about them anymore, right?
Yes.
That's how the Democrats are going right now.
Mm-hmm.
Their brand is completely collapsing. They have become everything that they claim to hate. They're the party of big corporations. They're the party of wars. They're the neocons. They're the party of hate, the party of lies. I mean, they don't even have good policies anymore. And you know what? When RFK Jr. jumped ship and his family honestly made the Democrat Party great in the 60s.
He did, yeah.
Let me tell you something. Their brand is going down the toilet.
Yeah.
And the media can't save them. The media cannot save them this time. I'm sorry.
No, I would agree with you. I think people are starting to wake up. People are starting to figure out that this party who's supposed to be your representation don't have your best interests at heart. Aren't there to represent you. They put their policies and their politics over the people.
Carlos,
all
they
the time.
have sex parties. They tell you have to stay home, and they're taking Molly and having sex parties.
They go.
I mean, it's so obvious what they're up to.
They go to the salon when you can't go to the salon to get your hair done, but then they run over and get their hair done.
Listen, P. Diddy, he's having the big parties. He was the spokesman at the DNC, interviewing everybody. I mean, it's starting to come out that they're the biggest hypocrites around.
I would agree. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we have a couple clips because I want to show some of the clips talking about how the support is kind of really just is draining. But one of the things, that we always talk about or the Democrats think that they have in the bag all the time is the African American vote, that they always feel that the African American vote is in the bag. Like we can count on it. It's coming. We don't even have to worry about the community because we know we're going to get it. Well, I think some of the African American community is starting to figure it out and starting to turn away. So let's go to clip 3. I want to show clip 3 first.
These Democrats, and I'm sorry to say this, I'm not trying to be racist, but they hate black people. These are the same people who fought to keep slavery in. These are the same people who built the KKK. These are the same people who hated us from the beginning. The Republican Party is the party of the blacks. Blacks free. The Republican Party is the only party that the black people actually assisted in finding. But all of that history has been torn away. People say, oh, there was this big switch. There was never a big switch. There was never a big switch. So the same Democrats who hated black people from the beginning are the same ones who hate us now. And they use our cause. How did Black Lives Matter turn into something about LGBTQ? When blacks really don't support that. We're conservative. We're really not about that. Not only that, we don't support abortion. We're about work. This is the black culture. Not only that, we're not about feminism. No, we're not. Black women marry their husbands and respect their husbands. That's what we on. We're not on this, I do what I want. We don't do that. That's not our community.
Yeah. And look at that white woman who's getting stressed here, too.
That Karen is just taking it, too.
Yeah, that Karen had nothing to say.
The white Karen thinks that they're the ones who are helping everybody all the time. And it's like, just listen to us. We know what's best. Just listen to us. And I used to get so pissed off at that shit.
Absolutely.
That used to drive me crazy because it's like, no, you don't know everything. So shut up.
Yeah. No, I 100%. You're 100% right. I do agree that I feel like sometimes almost like the white Karens and the white liberal people almost look down. Like look down upon the communities.
They
like
totally
be like, we're here to take care of you. We'll take care. We know what's best.
They're the ones who don't want to live next to anybody who isn't like that, but they'll put a little sign on their lawn. We're for all lives. We're for Black Lives Matter. We're for LGBTQ. We're for this. We're for that. But where do they send all the illegals? Into the black community.
Into the inner cities.
Remember when Ron DeSantis sent some illegals over to Martha's Vineyard? Those people couldn't get rid of them fast enough.
Yeah.
They were like, we do not have the infrastructure to support them. Well, guess what? Neither does New York City. Neither does Chicago. But they don't have a choice. Why? Because it's in the black and Latino communities.
Yeah.
But for the rich white ladies who know it all, who are so perfect, who can fix every problem that you'll ever have, no, they get 50 migrants and they had a heart attack. It was all over the news. They couldn't get them off that island fast enough.
No, it's true.
They're the biggest freaking hypocrites of all.
Yeah, no, I
They're the
agree.
biggest hypocrites of all.
Absolutely.
And you saw how she just stood there because she knew she'd get slapped if she even argued
what was she
with
gonna
us. So
say?
she was just like,
But what was she even going to say? That woman was 100% right.
Yeah.
It's the truth. And the truth, sometimes the truth just stuns you. Like you just don't know what to say because it's just
well, I used to fight with people all the time in Connecticut. I used to be like, listen, I stood up to bigger and badder people than you, so don't try to tell me.
Capital One. The legendary battle with Capital One that you like wear it like it's a gold medal.
It is a gold medal.
Well, I mean, I think the people are afraid that it's even going to spread into the non-sanctuary cities because look at the Amish up in arms. The Amish are fired up.
Amish,
We got to go to clip 4. The Amish are up in arms.
Democrats are collapsing.
That they're like, we can't let this come to our community.
Yeah, watch it. It's so funny.
Yeah. That's right. The Amish are not playing. The Amish are not playing. We're like, we're not screwing around. Those suckers in Springfield, we are not messing around this time. Get out there. Get on those horses. Get in that carriage. Get your ass out to the booth.
I guess, the mainstream media can't go in their houses. They don't have TVs.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Even
they can't.
They're going broke.
Listen, they're getting worried. I mean, this normally, I think that they felt that they were safe and having it just go to the cities.
They probably put illegals in the Amish community too. All of a sudden, the poor Amish, they're like, what is this? What is this? All these illegals. And they don't even know anything about the migrant crisis.
They have no idea because they can't look at the news.
What happened? I thought we were going to build a wall. And now the Amish have all these illegals.
Walking around their farms.
Get on your hearts, honey. We're getting a Trump flag.
We're going into town today and getting a flag and making a statement. I'm telling you, I think it was that Springfield that they were like, shit, like it's coming to our area. Like we're done. We got to get out there.
They're going to eat the horses next.
Yeah, they are. They're going to start killing their horses. It's going to be like they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the horses. They're eating the sheep. They're just slaughtering them. And the poor Amish guy's going to be standing there with nothing in his field one morning. It's going to be awful.
I'm telling you that. I mean,
that's what's
people
coming.
Are waking up. The Democrat brand is going down.
And they're starting to figure out that you can't always rely on the government for help. You have to start, doing it yourself. And Reagan says it best. When the government says we're here to help you, run. That's like the scariest words you hear. We're the government. We're here to help. Run away. But what does Kamala say? She says she's here to help.
Oh, of course.
We're here to help.
Course,
Let's go
Kamala.
clip two. I love this clip.
Help is on the way.
The 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Right there. There it is. From Reagan himself, the scariest words. I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Because he's a great governor.
Ron's the man.
Ron DeSantis, and you know who else was a great person? Rudy Giuliani, the great mayor in New York City. And what? They turned him into a clown now, those evil bastards. You know why? Because free speech is under attack.
Yeah.
If you're speaking facts and you're talking about things that are true, they attack you right away. And they say, it's misinformation. That's what they say. day.
Absolutely. You're 100% right.
I just hope our show is able to stay on the air. Who
That's
knows?
what I
If
get.
Kamala wins, you won't hear us anymore.
We're gonna have to, be the outcasts on Rumble. We're gonna be like, oh, hi Rumble, we're live. Here we are. We are live on Rumble. We do show. I do put the episodes on there. I know you love Rumble, but Rumble's for the outcasts.
I love Rumble.
And we could be on our way there. But yeah, no, you're 100% right. The Democrats are ready to start censoring people, start taking away. If they don't agree with you, if they think you're spreading misinformation, which is according to their book, they'll shut you right down. Let's go clip 5. The big 3 right now.
And they're the ones who have misinformation.
All the time. They misinform every day.
All the time.
We will hold social media platforms accountable for the hate infiltrating their platforms because they have a responsibility to help fight against this threat to our democracy. And if you profit off of hate, if you act as a megaphone for misinformation or cyber warfare, if you don't police your platforms, we are going to hold you accountable.
I think we need to push back on this. There's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy.
But I also think there are Americans who are engaged in this kind of propaganda. And whether they should be civilly or even in some cases criminally charged is something that would be a better deterrent.
Well, thank God that all we have here is our lucky penny. And that's the only monetization we have, Kamala. So just letting you know, we only have this penny. So don't come and knock on my door because I'm not really getting anything. We're just, spreading the truth.
If it was up to Hillary, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to be like St. Peter in the prison of St. Paul. Beloved. Here I am. I'll just keep writing you letters.
Yes.
I mean, these people are trying to keep...
from St. Leesan to the people. Brothers and sisters.
As I'm in prison with anybody who has a brain.
Yeah.
That's all the January 6 people, honestly, who are in prison for this long.
It's true.
I mean, it's disgusting. What they're doing is terrifying.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech or freedom of death. You got to fight the powers that be. Remember Public Enemy? If you grew up in the 90s, you know freedom of speech.
It's true.
You don't just sit back and keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
You should be able to say whatever you want because you know what? It's the things you don't want to hear is why we have the First Amendment.
Damn right.
We have the First Amendment for the things you don't want to hear.
Even if it is misinformation, you have the right to say it. It's protected in the Constitution.
Listen, they're the ones who have the misinformation.
Oh,
they don't want us coming out and telling the truth.
Yep.
The 6 feet, the guy's having orgies, right?
Yep.
The Russian collusion, it was all a lie. They lie all the time. They're liars.
Yep.
And it's a big problem.
It's true. It's true. And you know who always censored all the time? Who was all about censoring media and censoring messages? Hitler.
Yeah.
Hitler did it. And they called Trump Hitler. Trump is Hitler for not wanting to censor, but then the Democrats are all about censorship and filtering media, and they're not Hitler? Make that make sense to me. Somebody break that down for me. I like that. It doesn't make any sense. And let me tell you something else. What really pissed me off, and it's been a couple weeks now, but now is the perfect time to bring it up. The fact that 2 days after they censored X in Brazil, the NFL brings their product and puts it on in Brazil. What the hell is that?
Well, I don't like that.
That the NFL is out there supporting countries that think it's okay to censor their people, that they couldn't even get the tweets out. The team PR people, the beat reporters, the news people, all there covering the game had to send all their stuff back to the United States to their family members for their family members to tweet it out. The fact that the NFL is out there supporting countries that allow this type of behavior and allow this type of censorship is disgusting. And shame on Roger Goodell for thinking that that's okay.
They're globalists. What do you expect? The NFL's a huge corporation.
Yeah, but it's bullshit. It's BS. It doesn't, the NFL and American football is an American sport, and it should be promoting and supporting American values and people who value American values, and clearly not.
No, it's not. You have to wake up. It's the ruling class and it's the working class. And the corporations are all a part of the ruling class. And the NFL is part of that ruling corporation.
Well,
they all bent the knee and made sure that they got the COVID vaccine.
Goodell, Hitler.
Right?
Hitler could do.
He went right in to getting everybody vaccinated, and
Yeah.
they had football players passing out.
Mhm.
They did whatever the government told them
Tons
to
of
do.
athletes,
They're huge.
tons of athletes.
Let me tell you something. The NFL is a disgrace, but
Yeah.
I don't want to get into a whole conversation about the NFL.
No, it's true. Well, listen, and RFK came out, and what does he say? Who's fighting against the censorship? It's Trump. Let's go to clip 6. He was talking with Fredo, our boy Fredo, live on his new show that he got kicked off of CNN.
We need to avoid a war. We need to start working toward peace. He's endorsed that not to me, just to me privately, but publicly. Ending the censorship and the surveillance in this country and around the world. You know, you talked about the reluctance of Democrats, high-level Democrats, to condemn the assassination attempts against Donald Trump. 28% of Democrats, according to a poll that was taken this week, wish that Donald Trump had been killed. That's not a good thing for our country. We should be getting condemnation. And not only that, we should be seeing Democratic condemnation against the censorship that's now taking place in Europe. The European community no longer has free speech, which means it no longer has democracy. Brazil banned Twitter this week, or X this week. Why were there no condemnations in the White House? We're supposed to be promoting democracy around the world, not destroying it. And we see that all the Democratic leaderships, Vice President candidate Walz, Vice President Harris, and Hillary Clinton this week have all come out for censorship, saying that the First Amendment does not protect what they call misinformation and disinformation. And of course, the First Amendment does. That
Exactly. Even if it is misinformation, it is still protected under the First Amendment. But they want to rewrite the Constitution. They say Trump's going to rewrite the Constitution. The Democrats do that every day.
Yeah, well, listen.
It just drives me nuts. I can't. Again, the hypocrisy goes right back to the hypocrisy.
We talk about the censorship. We talk about the hypocrisy. But I mean, even Democrats themselves are putting, Democrats themselves are leaving the party in mass number because they're saying that they put politics over people. They're not for the people anymore. This isn't the party. I grew up with 2 Democrats in the house.
Yeah.
My father was a huge hippie. You think I got the name Leesan because he was a conservative? Give me a break. But the thing is that if he was alive right now, there's no way he'd be with the neocon, warmonger, Democrat Party, having censorship, putting in mandates that you can't even leave your house. Bullshit. He would never be with this party. This is not the Democrat Party of old. And people need to wake up and they need to see what's right in front of them. I mean, they're giving you all the information.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, I 100% agree with you. It's, the Democrats have come out and publicly said that they'd put, politics over people, that's what they value. We have that clip too, if we want to show clip 7. Just coming out right out and say it. The House Democrats put politics over people, plain as day.
House Democrats are committed to putting politics over people.
Right
House
there.
Democrats are committed to putting politics over people.
2 times. Hear it twice. Politics over people. That's who you're voting for if you vote Democrat. Remember that. They come out right out and say it. They're right to your face. We're putting politics over you. Whatever our policies are, that's what we're going with. So make sure you remember that.
Well, I have to skip ahead because I feel like this is the most important point to that.
Okay.
They're the party of war now.
Oh, gosh.
Okay?
You want to talk about this?
Here is another congressman who broke down a fact that I was really shocked to hear this. But which one is the clip with Gates, with Matt Gates and for
Matt Gates?
Yeah, the Matt Gates clip. Oh, Congressman speaks on globalism at the UN, number 11.
Is that the one? Okay, yeah. I don't think that was Gates. That was somebody else. But yeah.
No, I think it was. Let's see.
Thank you for being here today for
Oh, no.
our press
Oh,
conference.
that's
not the one, yeah.
Sorry, hold on.
I don't think we have a clip with Gates.
Oh, I think maybe I sent it to you.
Yeah,
anyway,
I
Matt
don't
Gates
have
said that
one.
they're paying more money to Ukraine than
Yes,
they are.
you did send me that, yeah.
Yeah, they're giving more money to Ukraine than they pay for the whole United States Marine Corps.
Yeah, that's true.
That's BS.
Yeah.
So you guys got to look that up yourself because I'd like to show you the facts as I show it to you so that way you say, oh, BS, Leesan. There's no way that we send more money to Ukraine than we spend on the whole United States Marine Corps. No, it's true. So go online, Google it. Rand Paul's the other one who spoke about it. And I'm telling you right now, we're sending more money to Ukraine than we are to our own United States Marine Corps. And that is BS to me. I don't know if it's, good for you, but it's BS to me.
That should make you uncomfortable, to be honest. That should make you uncomfortable that some other country across the world is getting more money than the people are that are supposed to protect you.
States Marine Corps.
That is supposed to protect you in your country, that it has less money than somebody across the world. How does that not make you uncomfortable?
Mm-hmm.
That would make me uncomfortable if we were low on resources and we were fighting a war on our turf, but we had more money invested somewhere else in somebody else's war and we couldn't get the things that we needed. I'd feel a little uncomfortable. I mean, that's just fact. You should feel weirded out that some other country has more money than your people protecting you. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. And I think we just got to jump right into it. We got to just jump right into it because this, everybody, before we play this clip, this is an act. This isn't an act of war. This is actually, I mean, I would consider it is an act of war.
Well, why don't we show them?
If I'm Putin, I consider this an act of war. Let's show clip 10, please. And this was yesterday.
Governor Shapiro, we're glad to have you. Yes. And my son Joe.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
It is my honor to.
The city, from your city, from Scranton, from Pennsylvania, and for us.
So
he can kill Russians.
If I am Vladimir Putin and I see that video, that to me is an act of war.
Absolutely, it's an act of war.
That to me is an act of war showing that the United States is just blatantly giving or creating weapons of mass destruction for Ukraine to use on Moscow and other main Russian targets. That is an act of war. If I'm Putin, I'm just calling it a day and flattening Ukraine.
Well,
flattening Ukraine.
I don't know if you saw this, but Vladimir Putin released a video showing what a nuclear bomb would look like if he set it off in London. So we don't have that clip, but you guys can go Google it yourself and see that Vladimir Putin is literally sent out a video from Moscow to London saying, this is what Great Britain's going to look like with a nuclear bomb landing on London. Okay? True story happened today. Let me tell you something. We are going to be in a world full of hurt if we go to World War III because of these evil globalists.
Yeah. No, it really makes me very, very nervous seeing that video because the fact that Zelensky is autographing weapons in the United States, U.S. weapons, and he's just out. Also, and I brought this up to you last night, why does Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, a president of a nation, always look like a bum? He always looks like a bum. Does that guy own a suit? Do you own one shirt and tie? Even a pair of khakis? That guy looks like an asshole.
Every time.
Every time he's on the news.
Every single time. He acts like he's actually in the war.
Yeah, like he's fighting.
Over there. He's always over here begging for money all the time.
Yeah. Well, Trump calls him the #1 salesman.
Well, you know what pisses me off though, Carlos? That guy was campaigning for Kamala because he was letting them know,
100%.
Listen, Kamala wins, we're going to be in endless wars, and guess what? You guys are going to have job security. That's the subtext.
Yes, I agree with you.
That is the subtext of that visit for him going into a factory in Pennsylvania.
Hanging out with Shapiro,
Vote for Kamala because then you guys are going to have job security. Oh, and here, and I'll autograph some bombs so we can stick it up Putin's ass. No, we're going to be the ones who are going to get hurt.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna get hurt big time. And I just want to point out too, for people that actually think, oh well, I mean, they would have job security. Trump actually put so much money into the U.S. military that you would still have job security because he revamped the military without getting in a war. The military actually had a lot more money. Clearly, because we just talked about how Ukraine has more money than the Marine Corps. The United States military had more money when Trump was president, built up to protect the nation. nation with no wars around anywhere. So the U.S. was safer and had a better military with more money and better weapons when Trump was president than now, where you have two big conflicts going on in the world that the U.S. is involved in. Two, and the U.S. is struggling with money for our military. So think about that when you want to talk about, oh, well, you know, those people would have jobs and those jobs would be saved. They would actually have better jobs. The U.S. military would be safer and more ready to go when Trump was president. So think about that.
And God willing, maybe they can build other things in that factory besides weapons to kill people.
Yeah.
Just saying. But let's talk about what Trump says about Zelensky.
Yeah, he says he's the best salesman ever. Let's go clip 15.
I see Zelensky is here. I think Zelensky is the greatest salesman in history. Every time he comes into the country, he walks away with $60 billion. Billion! Walks in with $60 billion. He wants them to win this election so badly. But I would do differently. I will work at peace as president-elect. If I win this election, the first thing I'm going to do is call up Zelensky and call up President Putin, and I'm going to say, you got to make a deal. This is crazy.
Damn right. You got to make a deal. And this needs to be done. We need to be done here.
I just want you to notice that a lot of our videos are from TikTok because that is the only place where you can find a lot of this stuff.
It's true because they won't play it on the media, including Fox.
Yeah, and that's why they want to ban TikTok. So just so you know, a lot of our information comes from TikTok because it's still uncensored.
TikTok and X,
Yeah.
absolutely. No, you're 100% right. You can't trust the media. You cannot trust what's live in your face on the main screen all the time. It's always bullshit, propaganda crap to make you, believe one way and go after Trump. I felt so bad. We were talking to somebody at the walk. And we were talking, a wonderful woman who was just telling us, she voted for Trump in 2016, and then she voted for Trump again in 2020. And I asked her, I was like, well, what is it in particular that makes you afraid to vote for Trump, a third time? What's going on? And she said, well, Trump came out and said that as soon as he wins, he would make it a dictatorship. He would become a dictator, and he himself, one person, would rip up the Constitution and completely change the country as a whole.
People are so misinformed.
But that's what they tell them. Like, they actually tell them that. So she is innocent. She's just seeing that, and she's like, oh, well, ABC, CBS, CNN, MSNBC is telling me that. So it must be true.
Who's going to check the fact checkers?
Never.
Us. We're going to check the fact checkers, and we're going to tell you the truth. And I'm telling you right now, Trump is not going to rip up the Constitution.
One man cannot rip up the Constitution. He can't walk in and just tear it up and say, I'm dictator now. That'll never happen.
But Carlos,
That'll
that's
never
why
happen.
they have all those assassination attempts on him. And then
because
look
of
at
bullshit
this.
like this.
How about the DOJ? Let's release what the DOJ did. So you know that
Putting a
guy,
bounty on
Ryan
him?
Roth,
Ryan Ruth,
whatever.
yep.
So that guy, right, he was unsuccessful. So at first they just wanted to charge him with having a weapon. Like they really wanted to let him go off because,
they wanted
it
to get
wasn't
him
good
off.
for them.
DeSantis didn't allow it.
Then DeSantis kind of blocked it. He goes, no, I'm going to charge him. So now the Justice Department releases a letter. I don't know if you guys see this. We have to show the clip of the letter.
Okay, yeah,
Which
let's show the
clip
clip
is
of the
that?
letter. That's clip 14. So let's show the letter
By
that they
the
released.
would-be assassin,
that Ryan Ruth
wackadoo.
actually wrote.
The globalist
basically
wackadoo.
putting a bounty on Trump's head, essentially. Let's show it. Clip 14. This was unbelievable when I saw this.
Offering $150,000 to anyone who could complete the job.
Yeah. No, I saw that too, Matt. I see in the chat there child pornography on the shooter's son's
I had no idea.
computer too. Yeah, he got arrested for having child porn. They're
These are
sickos.
sick people.
Sickos.
Sick people.
Total sickos. But that's the kind of mind that the Democrat attracts, to be honest with you.
I'm
A
sorry
lot
to
of them are
say.
very, sick-minded.
They're
that
the
have
party of
porn-
hate. They're the demonic national party.
Yeah. I mean, look at that poll that RFK showed that actually 30% of people wanted Trump to actually die and was hoping that the shooter would have figured it out.
The DOJ should have never released that letter, and they should never incentivize that people could get
Completely.
paid. Some wackadood's going to see that and be like, oh my gosh, I could
incentivized.
get $150,000 if I kill Trump, if I finish that job.
Yeah.
And where's this average construction worker getting this money? And you notice they keep blaming Iran for everything. Iran, it's Iran, it's Iran. Bullshit, it's Iran.
I agree with
You
you.
know what it is? It's the Democrats trying to get us to get pissed off at Iran because we're ready to go to war with Iran. We're not sending those troops down there to go mess with Gaza. We're sending them down there because we're going to have a fight with Iran soon. Because Iran's the one who's paying.
It's coming. It's coming.
Right.
That's what I'm telling you.
So, and that's why they keep trying to blame Iran for everything.
Yeah, give us a reason.
Yeah,
give us a reason.
So let me tell you, there's going to be some kind of event, and they're going to be like, "It's Iran. We need to go to war. Everybody, let's get together again.
Well,
We're
I'm
going to
telling
unite
you.
the country."
I told you what that event is going to be.
Well, I don't know.
I
We
told
don't have
you
any
what that
facts,
event
so
is
we
gonna
can't
be.
talk about that. But all I'm saying is $150,000. Don't do it. Don't sell your soul to the devil for $150,000. That's bullshit.
It's true. It's true. But I agree with you. I really, it makes me uncomfortable that the DOJ publicly released that video. Could have completely incentivized some cuckoo to try to shoot Trump again.
Even Bill Barr couldn't believe it, and Bill Barr doesn't even like Trump. And he was like,
And he
that
was
was
like, that's
totally
an
the wrong thing for the
unbelievable move.
DOJ to do. But they hate him at the Department of Justice. They've been going after Trump. He's like Teflon Don.
Yeah.
There was a mafia guy in New York, and they used to call him Teflon Don. Oh my gosh, it's the same name. No, it was Teflon John Gotti.
John Gotti,
Oh, well,
yeah.
he's Teflon Don. Sorry.
Teflon Don, that's him now. No,
John
that's perfect.
Don, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The thing is that Trump is not a criminal.
Yep.
He's not a career criminal. He just wants the best for everybody in this country.
He does. He wants
us to be
everybody
rich.
to rich. Everybody to rich. But no, they'd rather the clown that changes her accents every time she goes and speaks.
Oh my gosh.
Changes up the accent.
I know.
So
she
I have
is
this
such
accent
a
now. I
clown.
have this accent depending on who
She's such a panderer.
It's like, what the hell are you? What are you, an actress that you get out there? You're changing your accents? Should have had her in Southern Village. You would have been perfect in Southern Village. You could change your accent for anything. It's unbelievable. You buoy. Come on, let's get her in contact. Let's get her in contact with El Rico. Maybe she could be in whatever the next movie is, and let's get her a job because she's gonna need one when she gets fired here. We got to show this clip.
This is
It's
audition
unbelievable.
tape.
Yeah, let's show her the audition tape. Clip 9. And she changes her accent wherever she is. It's perfect.
First, you had Sister Girl Kamala.
Hello to all my divine nine brothers and sisters.
Then you had Southern Kamala.
We're going to do it again in 2024.
Now, I want to introduce you to Senorita Kamala.
I love you back.
Kamala Harris is a de facto presidential candidate for all people.
I love
she
you
believes
back.
in absolutely nothing.
It's true. It's true. We're good on that clip. That's
That's
really what I wanted to show. But it's it's really just she's like an actress almost. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, she's totally a puppet for the Democrat Party.
What about now coming to light that about the undercover FBI
yeah.
and FBI informants who are crowd encouraging people to go into the Capitol building on January 6th? Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I mean,
No, I mean that was coming out earlier this year too. That January 6th. Honestly, I can't even believe that they even brought it up at the debate or even talked about it when they released all those videos and surveillance footage of the people like dabbing up and hugging it out with the police officers inside the Capitol building. You could totally tell it was such a scam.
It was
so
a complete
clear as
setup.
day. It's such
Yeah.
crap. So the fact that they even talked about that at the debate or even talked about January 6th is such a farce. It completely is a farce.
It
If you
is.
actually believe, oh my God, I was so scared January 6th. Oh my God, I can't believe the Trump supporters, the MAGA could go and go into and terrorize our nation and overthrow the government. If you really seriously think that was an overthrow of the government and they were really trying to do that, you're an insane person. They've come out and publicly said, that we let them in. They've showed the surveillance footage. Look online, you can see the surveillance footage from that day. The only person that got shot was a Capitol, that woman who got shot.
A
Audrey
veteran.
something. A veteran.
A veteran.
Got shot for no no reason. It's completely crap. And they try to blame Trump for that farce. And we showed it a couple weeks ago. Peacefully protest. I tell everybody to peacefully protest. It's such crap. It gets me so fired up. They lie all the time. They come up with these crazy stories and they try to feed you it as truth. And then they come after you and say that you're the asshole for disagreeing with them, that you're feeding the misinformation. And they try to shut you down and kick you off every platform and send you to Rumble in the freaking,
and tell you it's misinformation.
It's unbelievable. It drives me nuts. I get so pissed off.
Misinformation. That's what that is.
Such idiots. Just such idiots.
Well, with a free press, with a real honest-to-God press, they wouldn't be able to get away with everything that they're getting away with. So the press is in on it because it's the interlocking corporations. I've been saying it for years.
It's the truth.
I mean, you turn into any channel, you're going to see the same exact news report. It's the most bizarre thing.
And they're going to tell you.
They all repeat the same lines.
Yep, and they're going to tell you that Trump is so down in the polls, and things are turning around, and Kamala's shooting up, and Kamala's going to take the lead, and Kamala this, and Kamala that. It's not the truth. They're feeding you farce to not go to the polls and not cast your vote because they're going to get in your heads and they're going to make you think, well, did my vote really even matter? Does my vote really even matter because Trump is so far down? Every vote matters. If you're in a blue state, if you're in a red state, get to the polls on November 5th and cast your vote.
And vote early, too.
And vote early if you can.
Vote early if you can. Them with voting early.
Because this is what the truth is. People are waking up and they're supporting Trump. Let's show that clip 13 real quick of him in the streets of New York when he's driving down.
Oh, yeah.
And the people are in New York City, in one of the most Democrat cities. They are piling into the streets. Look at this. To catch a glimpse of him driving by.
And that's not even to show the arena. They were like 50,000
at the Nassau Coliseum.
Let me tell you something. People are backing Trump.
Does that look like somebody who has no support to you? Does that give you an idea? In New York City?
In a blue state.
He was crazy town at that Nassau Coliseum. That place was going off like it was an Islander OT old school playoff game. Bobby Nystrom. Like this support for Trump is real. People are waking up to the crap that they're getting served day in and day out. It's the truth.
Well, the one thing I just want to say is everybody, if you don't have TikTok, download TikTok.
Download TikTok.
And see for yourself what the truth is. It's not
true.
Misinformation. It's really the truth. And you can get real news there. Or X. If you can also go on X, and X does have just about all the clips too. But I got to tell you, I can't even watch the news anymore. Every time I put it on, it's like laughable because you're hearing so many lies and you're hearing the same clowns. And I really think that the Democrat brand is going down. So let's save our country with prayer. And going to the polls and voting. But I got to tell you, Carlos, it's already 8:02.
I know
we got to get going.
We're completely running out of time here. So I want to show. We got to show the funny clip from Nona.
Oh yes.
Yes, the funny clip from Nona. You just play that clip, clip 17, just as a nice lighthearted clip here to finish off.
To the MAGAs on the right, they know I'm beating Kamala. This race won't even be tied. Her policies are nutso. She's out her goddamn mind. She just repeats the same thing, regurgitating her lines. She thinks that immigration without paperwork is good. Clearly not too much power underneath Kamala's hood. Borders are, it's what you are. Borders are. Cackling Kamala, you're dumb. Mass inflation imminent if she weasels herself in.
I love this video. It's so good. Yeah, we could shut it down. But no, listen. Don't let anybody tell you that your vote doesn't count, or I'm not going to vote. Convince them to vote. This is the most important election, and we're going to say this over the next coming weeks because it's coming up. We're a month away. Let that sit in. We are a month away from the most important election in American history. This is the most important election in the history of the country is this one coming up. It is coming, and it's coming fast, and we need to make sure all of you people who watch and listen and are waking up, you need to get out there. You need to vote. It is so important. It is really so important. You cannot afford to not vote because you don't feel that your vote it matters or it counts. You need to get out there. And you need to tell people, like you said last week, open your eyes, open your ears, open your mouth. Tell people what they're being fed is lies, lies, lies. Direct them to the show. If you don't know what to say, tell them, hey, go check out Make the Right Play on YouTube, on Facebook, on Amazon Music, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on everything. We are on every platform. Just tell them, hey, go check it out. Go check it out. It's all on demand. You could all catch it all there, and we'll tell it for you. But listen, like I said, the most important election ever in American history, it's coming up, and it's coming up quick. So make sure you make your plans to go vote, because we need you. The country needs you. If you want to still be the United States of America come 2025, you're going to the poll and you're voting.
I know there's so many important issues between freedom of speech, because we want to stop censorship, but also globalism. We couldn't get to it tonight, but there's this whole globalist agenda.
Oh, with the United Nations.
We got to stop the wars. We have got to stop the wars. We cannot send all our money to Ukraine when we have our own people suffering in this country.
It's true. We got to take care of the Americans.
You don't want to send your sons and daughters to war.
Yeah.
You do not want to do that.
You don't.
Okay? So let's make the right play and really talk to people and vote for Trump, because Kamala, she ain't your mamala.
Nope.
She's a cat lady. She's not. She has no children of her own. She don't give a crap.
She doesn't. She doesn't care about your kid.
But
quick shout out to the chat. We got to give the love to the chat. Thanks for everybody who's coming in and hanging out. Bill Benny, obviously you're the best. Maddie Judd, thank you so much. Scott Villa, regular. Corey Reddington, you're the bomb. Lord Central, which is Willie Winoots. Will Benny is in the chat talking
and Christy, public enemy number one.
Yes, absolutely. And Elrico, those shirts are fire. Goat shirt. What do you think about that shirt? One more time. What'd you call it? The Lancey Street Special?
I got the knockoff from Canal Street.
Yeah. Latera, hey, what's going on? Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. You are awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for everybody tuning in. We had a lot of concurrent viewers tonight and hanging out and watching with us. So thank you guys so much. You guys are the reason why we come on and talk to you guys and make us happy. So thank you for everything. And thank you, Bowie, for hanging out with us. Guys, we'll see you guys in the same time, same place next week. See you guys. Thanks so much.